Multiple women have been found deceased. But we're asking for the public's help. These are somebody's daughter, somebody's granddaughters, and somebody's niece. And neither one of these women deserve to lose their life at the hands of someone else. In saying that, someone knows who took this 15-year-old's life. We all know that, yes, there was a missing persons report, but still, that's somebody's baby, and we need help.
At just 15 years old, Amarise Parker, hailing from Chicago, Illinois, embodied a captivating and vibrant spirit. She reveled in the realms of fashion, beauty, and music, her youthful exuberance shining through her every endeavor. Despite her status as a high school sophomore, she clung to ambitious dreams of pursuing a career in cosmetology once she graduated. Tragically, these cherished aspirations would forever remain unfulfilled. As the grim details surrounding Parker's murder began to surface, the community couldn't help but question the dynamics within her family and the circumstances that drove this young runaway to seek an escape from her own home. Welcome to the American Crime, Femicide channel. Please like, subscribe, share and hit the notification bell for future uploads. In the grim summer of 2023, Amarise embarked on a relationship with Joshua Williams, a man almost a decade her senior at 24, who carried a sinister past marked by an El Paso, Texas strangulation case for which he was a wanted fugitive. Williams, knowingly involved with an underage girl, allowed Parker to reside at his residence. She became the subject of a Chicago police missing person alert on November 26, after a previous disappearance on August 31. The exact timeline of Amarise's disappearance remained uncertain, but it was evident she had been living with Williams for 3 unsettling months, interspersed with brief returns home. On December 10, Parker reached out to her mother, Johanna Clark, pleading for rescue from Williams's residence. However, upon arrival, Parker had inexplicably vanished. On December 11, after another distressing call, Amarise returned home with her mother. That day, she divulged the nightmarish truth to her mother, revealing that Williams had held her captive, permitting her escape only when he believed she was in the restroom. Johanna briefly left the house to pick up her other daughter from school around 2:15 p.m. Upon her return, the unimaginable had transpired. Amarise had disappeared once more. She later returned to Josh's house, where neighbors reported hearing distressing arguments between the two. The following day, Josh called his cousin and made a chilling admission: Parker was not breathing. The cousin contacted the police, and upon their arrival, paramedics made a horrifying discovery: a necklace lodged in Parker's throat, her neck marred with red, gruesome cuts, and her face bearing sinister scratches. Tragically, medics pronounced Amarise dead at the scene, marking the chilling end to her harrowing ordeal. After her tragic murder, her family, along with community activists, held a press conference demanding that Joshua turn himself in while also offering a reward.
Who took this child's life? This was somebody's baby, and we're asking for help. There's a $1,000 reward for anybody with any information that can lead to the person that strangled this child and took her life, took her last breath, upon the arrest and the conviction. And to the individual, I know you're going to look at the news. You better think about what you did. Not only is a mother and a father upset about this whole thing, you have a lot of people upset. You have a lot of people looking for you. You know, you need to just turn yourself in. Help yourself and turn yourself in, because I can guarantee you, I'm 100% for sure that charges is going to come down once they identify this perpetrator. So listen to me strong. That was somebody's baby. Do you have children? Do you have a daughter? Do you have a son? You know, over and over again, each and every day, somebody's losing their lives at the hand of another human. And this mother is hurting. I've been with her grandmother. She's hurting too. So help this family bring some closure to this case. It's a healing process for this mother, but she would never heal behind this. And I can tell you that firsthand. So we're asking for help. The mother's going to speak in just a second. Lizette from Chicago Case Files is going to speak to you. And you going to speak? Okay. And we're going to have someone from Circle of Love speak, and then we're going to bring you this mother, because the best way to get this message out here is through a mother. And I say it over and over again. A woman carried this child 9 months, nourished this baby 9 months, and brought this baby into this world. But to lose this baby at the hands of somebody else is so disgusting. All is that?
The mic, is it okay? The mic rack okay? You guys want me to...
Don't want to cut her head up.
Was that what's your last name?
Guillen, Guillen. First name is Lisettee. Case file Chicago. You know, if you're watching this on television, behind us, you can hear the grief. You can see the grief written all over the mom's face, the dad's face. You know, we have a lot of people out there that are probably, you know, disgusted by this act. Not just one act, but there's also 2 other acts that happened recently with women that have been found. This, of course, today, we're wanting to make sure we get answers. Amarise Parker did not deserve this. She was found strangled. Imagine that. That's extremely hard to hear. It's extremely hard to say the words strangled to death, especially when the mother and father is present here. Imagine hearing those words from a detective. Somebody out there knows something. This is not a small act. Somebody has made a phone call. Somebody has told somebody this. By the grace of God, maybe there's some remorse or regret, and maybe they want to talk to somebody about it, or they're just the devils that we think they are, and there's no remorse. But we know that you bragged about it. You've said something. You've told somebody something. If you know anything about this case, we're asking for information. You can call 1-800, the letter U, and then the words tell us, 1-800-YOU-TELL-US. You can also talk to CPD anonymously through cpdtips.com. This is the flyer that we're distributing today. We are going through these blocks tonight. You guys, it's dark out here. We know this is an area where there's a lot of crime, where there's some violence, but we know there's good people here. There's a lot of good people here as well. But we're not going to back down. This family needs answers, and we're depending on the community to come forward with any information that they may have regarding Amarise Parker. Thank you.
Just ask for help.
My name is Johanna, and my daughter Amarise Parker was 15. She was a lovely soul. Everybody loved her, although she had been missing, but she didn't deserve this. She didn't deserve this. And the person that did this, you need to just give it up, because God got you, gonna get you anyway. But you just need to come forward and do the right thing. And anybody that have any information, anonymous, however, whatever, get this person and whoever else got something to do with it. Get them and she loved to sing and dance. She was a blessing. And now she's an angel gone.
Dad, do you want to say some more?
Could you spell her name again, first and last?
Spell your first and last name.
It's Yahanna, and my last name is Clark, Clark.
How do you pronounce?
Her name is pronounced Amarise Parker. Amarise.
Was she 15?
She was 15.
I'm sorry, please say your first name. I didn't catch it.
It's Yahanna.
Johanna is your first name. Thank you, ma'am.
Yahanna Clark.
Ma'am, if I could have you just come just a little closer, because I think we just all have a few questions, and I understand you may not know a lot right now, but is there any significance to this particular building or this block that why she might have ended up here?
She had reached out to me and was trying to come home, and she had strength enough to give the actual address, 7259 East Phillips. And I picked her up on the corner right there, and she ended up leaving again. So she gave me the address. So that's how I know.
And when was
And
that November, before November 26th, when you picked her up here?
No.
Or after that? What date was that, do you recall?
It was, when I picked her, was the 11th.
So just 3 days ago.
So it was the day before and then you said she left her home again, came back here, and they found her again the next day, was what it was?
Yeah. The day before. She was dating this young man that knew she was underage.
Do you believe he lives in this building?
Yeah, because when I came, they opened the gate and I saw him in there.
And so just to be clear, because we have to try to get all the details straight, had she gone missing on November 26th?
Yes.
And then when was she, and then you picked her up December 11th? So she had been missing for about a couple of weeks. Okay.
Since October, yep.
And then has she been missing in August?
Yes.
Was there, I'm sorry, was there, what was going on in terms of her, leaving the home? Is there anything in particular?
I'm not sure.
Had she been going to school?
Yes.
Where did she go to school?
She went to school at CICS Longwood on 95th and Troop.
What year was she?
She was a sophomore, and she's 15 years old.
You mentioned she loved dancing and music, and what were some of her interests?
She was interested in a lot of things, but her passion was nails, like cosmetology. She liked hair, nails, makeup, and that's what she was going off to do. And then as a hobby, she liked to sing and rap.
When you think about, she's not going to be able to do those things now. I mean, what has your family lost? What has the world lost?
A shining bright star. An angel. She was truly a gift from God. Truly a gift from God.
Any words from whoever did this to your
I said it already. It's in God's hand. He could take better care of people than you can. So, it's in God's hands.
Do you guys live in this neighborhood?
No.
Where are you guys from?
Beverly Morgan Park area.
And Ms. Clark, has anyone seen the man that lives here that your daughter has been seen?
I'm not sure. I don't feel good.
Okay. Let's walk over here.
I don't feel good.
I think we want to also, make where this young girl was being a teenage girl. The family had told us that the family did love, that Amarise did love, just doing girly things. And she said she was a girly girl. So we want to keep in mind that this young girl was just, exploring life. She was not a bad kid. She wasn't out looking for trouble. Unfortunately, trouble found her. So again, this family is looking for any information that can help bring whoever did this to justice.
On December 18th, Williams was arrested and charged with murder.
What was described in court today was a brutal murder involving a 24-year-old man and his 15-year-old girlfriend. After hearing the details of what allegedly happened on December 12th, the judge decided to keep the defendant in jail until his next court date. Days before, 15-year-old Amarise Parker was found strangled. She had called her mother to pick her up at her boyfriend's South Shore apartment after she says he refused to let her leave. Her mother did pick her up, but Parker eventually returned to 24-year-old Joshua Williams' home on December 11th. According to court documents, neighbors reported hearing arguing that night. The next day, Williams called his cousin and a friend, saying Parker wouldn't wake up. They called 911, and paramedics found Parker dead from asphyxiation and strangulation, later finding a necklace lodged in her throat, cuts and scratches on her neck,
and her windpipe crushed. Court documents state Williams' Google history shows more than 50 searches relating to strangulation and murder, including how to explain an asphyxiation death and the penalty for murder. Given the evidence and Williams' criminal history of strangling another person in Colorado, the judge decided to keep the defendant detained until his next court date.
And his next court date is January 10th. After this case is resolved here in Chicago, he will then be extradited to Colorado to face charges there.
While justice moved swiftly in this case, many people online questioned the authenticity of the mother's grief-stricken tears. Other commentators pointed out that Josh was not charged with rape of a minor. All sources suggest that Amarise was in a consensual relationship with Josh, implying that she may have had permission from her mother. Questions about why she repeatedly ran away and what might have been happening in her home have arisen. While these questions and concerns are valid, it's essential to remember that a young girl's life has been tragically taken, and these inquiries won't bring her back. As the family adjusts to life without Parker, let's keep them and her friends in our thoughts and prayers. May Amarise Parker rest in peace.